7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
What up, y'all? Happy Monday. Welcome to Women's Wrestling Talk, WWT Live, the Monday edition. Oh, let's turn some lights on. It's not that dark in LA. My name is TK Trinidad. I am not alone. We have so much to talk about. The PR princess herself, because yeah, there are some PR things that we have to get into. Courtney Rice is in the building.
There's a lot that happened in the last couple days, and hard to believe this is all happening before Summerslam this weekend.
Yes. It's crazy. And then my WOW women's WOW women's wrestling co-host. Say that 5 times. Christina
5 times.
I know.
5 times.
Well, how exciting.
Welcome.
There are a lot of PR things. So
There are a lot of PR things. Woo! And low-key, I was really hoping that this would have been discussed without me on Friday, but you know, we'll get into it. We'll talk about it a little bit. So Hulk Hogan, he has passed away at age 71. Lots of wrestling
feelings.
Personalities. Yeah, lots of feelings, lots of wrestling personalities and wrestlers going one way or the other, or not saying anything at all with his passing. The couple things that, you know, Courtney and I were actually talking about before we got on air was, you know, what's happening now with his promotion, one, and then, you know, from a PR perspective, Courtney, you know, given everything, we won't go into it. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then, you know, I don't know, tell you.
You can go find out yourself.
Yeah, go and find out yourself. Because, you know, obviously WWE didn't really make note of the negative things that's happened. But you know, how do we cope with all of this?
This is really interesting because there was a lot that happened. I mean, and Professor kind of said this last week because when we were doing the greatest Canadian wrestlers, can you tell the story of wrestling without Hulk Hogan? And to be honest, you really can't, because 80s you had Macho Man, Roddy Piper, George the Animal Steel, the Iron Sheik, Brutus, the Barber Beefcake, Andre the Giant, many others. But technically, out of all of them, who moved the needle the most and got into mainstream? Like, who was able to do that and be on these talk shows when Johnny Carson, Joan Rivers, I'm sure he was on David Letterman, Jay Leno, SNL, you name it. It's really kind of thinking you have to give him props for the contribution. And especially if you pull him out, you would have not gotten the Monday Night Wars. You would have not gotten WCW with the NWO. And even the shift. Like when people thought he was heel, everybody was booing, and it really brought a lot of mainstream exposure for the NWO. I mean, he got Dennis Rodman at the time, who, by the way, skipped practice for the NBA Finals to appear on WCW Nitro, because that's how big of an influence Hulk Hogan is, and also everything contribution to wrestling. And I actually got the chance to witness him in the Ruthless Aggression era when this was way after The Rock and Hogan met. It was the second time they met. And also WrestleMania 19, him versus Vince. But also at the same time, you cannot forget some of the stuff that he has done, unfortunately, because there has been a lot of talk. And I get it, the wrestling side, I can't forget. But at the same time, you can't forget some of the stuff he's done. And if you watch Hogan Knows Best, you know, because it was a little bit messy. And also, I do not like the fact how people went after his daughter, Brooke, because if people haven't followed up to speed, there has been a very difficult relationship with him and Brooke. And the last time she talked to her dad was 2 years ago. And she had to keep her peace because it was a lot of messiness between the dad, her mom, her brother. There was just a lot. And also with the fact, too, he did say the N-word when Brooke brought somebody back. That's also another thing too. But I think it's going to be something it's going to be really think about. And also the wrestling part, yes, but I don't appreciate a lot of people trying to force people, because you have to really think about what he's done outside the ring. Because even though a lot of it's a lot of negative publicity, that's something we kind of have to hold ourselves accountable. And even right now, with the day and age that we're in, with everything in the silver lining, where it's okay to say certain slurs, sexist remarks, and not get away with it. And Tessa Blanchard, I'm looking at you, because you should be the last person to say anything, and not speaking for everybody. I'm just saying. But I think it's something we do have to think about, where, yes, he has done controversial things, especially towards his own daughter. And also really thinking to people, why don't you go talk to Brooke and see how she feels, instead of forcing yourself to do that? So, and Maria said it best, the death threats against Chelsea Green. That's why Chelsea Green is off socials, because of that. So at the same time, have to really think about that. But also, I can't tell the story of wrestling without thinking of Hulk Hogan, because wrestling would not be big as it is today. And also with the fact too, how come nobody asked Jesse the Body Ventura about it?
That's what I was gonna say. It's oftentimes, and there's been another situation that unfortunately I was in. I won't get into all that. It's oftentimes people target. There's so many people, because I saw people that I know, wrestlers that I know, that's said R.I.P. Hogan, and they weren't targeted. And then you have other people, and so it's often like the picking and choosing. I kind of feel like, and this is not maybe the best thing, but if you're going to get upset at people who are saying like he was a part of wrestling, whatever, then get upset at everybody. Don't pick and choose. Okay, well, these people are okay, but this person isn't. Like that to me is the weirdest thing. And like, yeah, you can't. It's. I almost feel like this situation is almost the same situation as Michael Jackson or R. Kelly or I remember this was crazy when Kobe Bryant died. And I remember where I was, and then I saw all the posts about, the news, when news was news, about, the things that happened in Denver. And I hit up one of my mentors and I asked her about it. It's like, well, why, he's had such an amazing legacy. And this thing that happened was such a minor thing in his life. Not necessarily to the people. I'm not talking about what happened, but it's such a minor thing. Why? Mike Tyson's another good one. Why talk about this thing? And she's like, well, he's a public figure. And this is coming from a news perspective. He's a public figure. Therefore, you have to include everything that, was a part of his life. And I find it very, very interesting, in particular with wrestling, beyond even Hulk Hogan, how depending on who the wrestler is, they, kind of like, what happened on Raw, where it's just kind of like, they highlighted Hogan for everything that he's done, but they didn't necessarily talk about the other stuff, which is fine. But it's kind of a weird situation. Sorry, y'all. My dog likes to talk to the other dogs downstairs, and I guess they're having a conversation over lunch. So it's very, and then on top of that too, the things that happen, even though we're in the know, there's a huge bunch of the population that have no idea what happened. And Hulk Hogan is just Hulk Hogan. Yep. Like there's, older folks that's like, he died, and that's, people were sending me RIP things, and I'm just like, I get why you're sending it, but you don't know, and it's okay. I need to go and open my door, so y'all continue.
Christina, your thoughts?
Yes. There's something that Mick Foley had. I think he either tweeted out or put it on one of his stories on Instagram. I have it right here, where he said, "I wish we in the wrestling community could all agree not to respond negatively to a wrestler's death. For a minimum of 72 hours, no one's family should be subjected to such criticism after losing a loved one." And it just kind of puts it in perspective. Like, I know it's hard, like, it doesn't mean like after 73 hours, then we can start saying all kinds of stuff. But like, I think it kind of put in perspective of like right after a death, there's a lot going on. They had a complicated professional life, some people, and complicated personal life. But regardless, I think we can all empathize of like losing a loved one, whether that's a complicated relationship with them or not. And it's hard. It's hard. And I just feel I feel for the family. I feel for Brooke, especially because they were not on the best terms. And it's hard when you're not on the best terms and something tragic like that happens. There's a lot of feelings, and then to be kind of bombarded with all the other stuff that been going on. It's a lot.
It is very hard, and this is kind of one of those things. And even what TK said, because last Friday, I don't know if you watched SmackDown on Friday, when they talked about a little tribute for Hulk Hogan, they showed a photo of Nick, but they didn't show one of Brooke.
Interesting.
And I don't think they showed one of his current wife either.
Oh no?
No, they didn't even show the photo of his current wife when they did the tribute to him on SmackDown.
Interesting. Did they show Linda?
No, they didn't even show Linda. Just Nick.
Interesting.
Not Nick, not Brooke.
Just Nick. Interesting.
Just Nick. So that's very
interesting. Like,
And if you notice some of the legends that were there, because I know I brought up Jesse the Body Ventura, but there was a few legends that were not there either.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, but nonetheless, what we can't take away is the fact that without him, we wouldn't be in the era we are right now. He's kind of the catalyst of mainstream media, the deals, all this other stuff. So you can't tell the story without him. So definitely RIP, and all the things family wise, they all figure it out. Did you talk about SmackDown and AEW's tribute to Hulk Hogan?
No, we didn't.
Not yet.
But what did, because I saw SmackDown's I think I said Raw, but it was SmackDown. I saw SmackDown's tribute. What was AEW's tribute like?
So actually, I'm going to backtrack a bit. So the news of his death, that actually started with TNA, because TNA kicked it off. So TNA started it first. Then it was SmackDown, and then AEW, because and this is where social gets weird, because people were bashing AEW for not responding right away. And I'm like, he hasn't been dead for 24 hours. Can you at least give them a break?
Give it some time.
Tony Schiavone did a heartfelt tribute on Collision this past weekend, and he really did post about it on his socials. So he really put out a tribute. He mentioned TNT because WCW was part of TNT, TBS, the Monday Night Wars he brought up. So he did mention a lot about Hulk Hogan. So that's something to really think about. I know Raw is probably going to have something to deal with along with SummerSlam this weekend.
And it's crazy because wasn't it earlier this year where Hulk Hogan came out and they were booing him? The audience was booing him.
It was when they were in LA.
Yeah, it's and it's kind of weird, and not definitely not giving him a pass, but for somebody in their 70s, if you were to open or check the record logs or check the conversations of a lot of people, I think those words and crazy things would be there. It just so happened that he was getting recorded, so it is what it is. And yeah, well, we just I do hope once everything is settled that and I think we can kind of get into Netflix has been developing a docuseries on Hulk Hogan. I do hope when everything is settled, you tell the full story. Like, I think oftentimes you'll, I forgot what it was. Oh, I'll give you a prime example. Nothing to do with wrestling. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett's book. I actually read them back to back. And what Jada was saying, her version of it versus Will kind of left off a few things that's like, wait. And it's just kind of his book was a little bit more flowery versus Jada's. And that's his choice. But in something like a docuseries on Hulk Hogan, I really hope that they highlight everything that happened. You know, the dark, and kind of really kind of have an understanding to it versus just kind of gloss it over like, oh yeah, this controversial thing happened, but this is, you know, it's part of his life. It's, and you know, it's not his full life, it's part of his life. It was kind of a, you know, I mean, think about if it never happened, how he would be received. Because my timeline, you know, with, you know, pseudo wrestling fans or whatever, it was kind of a weird situation. You know, you had one sect where it's just like, you know, I don't care, and they go on, and then another one kind of really, you know, highlighting and being sad, and people in the middle, and it's just kind of a weird place to see where social media is. But I really hope with the Netflix the docuseries that they do highlight, because I feel like, because you guys watched Vince's docuseries, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like they didn't tell everything. And you know, there probably might be things that we will never know, that only a select few individuals do know. So yeah, I but this was quite public with Hulk Hogan, so I do, you know, hope that they you know, tell the full story.
And I also wanted to point out, because MDB99 had a little interesting things about AEW, because a lot of people don't know. Yes, Tony Schiavone did make an acknowledgement, but also people don't know too that Tony Khan actually banned Hulk and Linda Hogan because of the racial remarks he said towards Black people. And Tony Khan, even though he's had his moments, he's very, very closely towards diversity. Yes, he still has some work to do within the women's division and other things, but that was one of the few times he laid down the law. Yeah, which I have to say.
The docuseries is gonna be done by Netflix. Oh wait, so it's supposed to debut July 29th, apparently.
Yeah, because I think the minute his death went airwaves, that is when Netflix wanted to do that, which I'm not surprised, because I feel like they're going to celebrate him throughout the rest of 2025.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of docuseries WWE Untold, so I guess this is not gonna. It's gonna be the first of many. I think it's not gonna be just. It's gonna be Hulk Hogan, but it's gonna be other folks too. Yeah, it is 29th is tomorrow. Can you believe? Like,
was it already gonna be like? Was already gonna come out tomorrow?
That's interesting.
Hogan and Netflix have been working together on the docuseries. It'll feature 20 hours of new interviews with Hogan. So they've been working on it.
So they've been working on this. So now's the time, if there's ever a time.
Yeah. Because remember when they were talking about the Vince McMahon docuseries, and then it was after everything happened, because it's supposed to come out before all the drama started happening. It was after everything happened, it dropped. But I still feel like it was very heavily edited. You know, so we'll see how it fares with that. And so yeah, that is happening. That's happening tomorrow. I feel like I'm gonna try to make tomorrow a very heavy watch along day. So stay tuned. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because it's the first episode tomorrow. Yeah. They've been airing commercials of it the last couple weeks.
Wow.
So oh yeah, and is WWE behind the scenes happening tomorrow too?
Tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
Is that tomorrow too? Wait, I don't know.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. You know what?
Oh my God.
Look, for my WWT family, I'm going to try very hard to clear my schedule, because we have a lot to watch. And I feel like we should watch it together. we should watch it together. But first, it will start off with our WoW watch along and post show. So that will kick off. Yes. So just stay tuned. We'll drop all the things.
TK is gonna have us clock in at 5 a.m. and we can't leave until we go through everything.
That part. You know what it feels like behind the scenes? It's like, okay, now I see all this. I definitely have to go to the gym at 3 a.m. to just get everything in, and then walk.
When I be seeing your text at 5 a.m, I was like, TK's up.
It's like, oh, you know, she's up.
That's the only thing about WhatsApp, because so for you guys who are like, what's going on? So we have a WhatsApp group chat And so that's the only thing. So I believe you can do that for Apple phone users too. But on my Android, I can schedule text messages. So what I do to be respectful is I think of something at 4:00 in the morning. I'll schedule it for like 9 or whatever. WhatsApp, you can't schedule messages as far as I know. So I was just like, yeah, if y'all up, you up. If you're not, you're not. Or you just
Sometimes
roll
I'll be
over
going
and
to sleep.
Yeah.
At that time.
So am I gonna Jeffrey? Look, for y'all, I will not. For you guys, when I watch alongs, I'll watch it. I'll start and I'll finish. However, I have in my Marvel journey. I'm currently on my Marvel journey. I have definitely either like looked up what happened in the end and then continued watching, or I will fast forward and then go back. I still do that, but if I'm watching it, you know, the TK Canadian. What WhatsApp is WhatsApp to me is you know if you have that anybody who is a child of immigrants or is an immigrant, I feel like they have WhatsApp. Like it's people who are like American, who are like their family's American. I always have to just ask, yeah, what's up? But pretty much anybody who has like an immigrant or a child of immigrant or like immigrant, like friends who are international, they typically have WhatsApp. I have WhatsApp. It's actually not a care. It's pretty much an international thing because WhatsApp, for my folks who don't know, WhatsApp is a beautiful thing. You can talk to anyone in the world for free as long as you have Wi-Fi, and it's like it's amazing. Why pay more? And then on top of that, you can use it as it's like a cheaper version of Slack. Like you can use it for so many different things. So WhatsApp, please pay me. But
we have WhatsApp. My whole family has iPhones and we still use WhatsApp.
Yeah, it's just
I mean, I have WhatsApp. I mean, I use it for some of the other stuff in my chats. Even people live far, we still use it.
Yeah, it's just you know, I don't know. I guess too, you know, I am an Android. I have an Android and an iPhone, but my main phone is an Android. So for my iPhone users who hate on me, I just end up just using WhatsApp. But let's get into Raw now. If there's gonna be a post show, I don't know if there's gonna be a post show. Y'all go and you guys go and I think it's says y'all go and tweet said. I'll get you his Twitter right now. You guys can go and
let him know what the people want.
Let him know what the people want. I'm gonna put his Twitter in right here, right
put
now.
His phone number, put his address out there.
Yeah,
I think he's
show up to his house.
Yeah, he's too busy celebrating his client has 8 belts, but
you guys can go and tweet said right now and see if the Raw post show and watch along will be happening today. There's his Twitter. You can let him know that I said in the middle of my birth season. We'll see where it is. But what's happening on Raw today?
Well, I mean, Adam Pearce kind of gave out yesterday. We're gonna see Gunther right before his match against CM Punk because it's the final SummerSlam before this weekend's biggest party of the summer. We're also going to see CM Punk. These two are going to have one final encounter before their big dance this weekend. We're also going to have main event Jey Uso take on Bronson Reed ahead of his tag team match. Him and main event Jey and the Tribal Chief taking on the Brawns this weekend.
The Brawns.
Yeah, that's what it's called, the Brawns. And speaking of that, we're going to have the Tribal Chief tonight on Raw. So we're going to see him after his epic return and very curious on what's he going to say. We're also going to have an 8-female tag team match after the chaos we had last week. Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Bakir, Nikki Bella, Io Sky taking on Chelsea Green, Naomi, and The Secret Purvis. All this and more happening tonight on Raw. And is there anything in particular that you guys are interested in Monday Night Raw?
I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Jey Uso and Bronson Reed, like how that's going to play out. Because we did talk about it as far as what's happening with Jey, what's the game plan. So yeah, because SummerSlam just seemed to like it's just going by so fast.
Oh, and there's one more match I forgot to do. The tag team match.
LWO, yeah.
I know, my love. You would think my love, but I forgot about this match. We have the LWOs, Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro taking on the Judgment Day.
Ooh.
Okay.
Honey made a really good point last week about the Judgment Day, like a really legitimate longest storyline aside from the bloodline. Because I am curious to see how that's gonna, like, I was interested when we had Rhea and Prieston and how that all kind of, you know, with Dom and all this stuff and where it is now. It kind of felt like it cooled off, but with Liv being gone and then eventually Liv's return, and then, you know, it's kind of almost like it's almost breathed life back into it, like the curiosity, which, like, I don't know, the WWE is in such a good place right now where you don't know, you know, and I'm not making light of injury, but you just don't know what's like happening. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there are oftentimes people are injured, but they're really not really injured, or, you know, taking a break or whatever. It's just the timing of it is, you know, perfect for the storyline. It's never a good time to be injured, but how where it is going now, and, you know, the anticipation of when she comes back is like what y'all gonna do? So, and then even the spin with Seth, like him being injured, and how they, like, I think I had said on the show where it's like, okay, well, you know, they're gonna have to, you know, do something else. They might abandon this altogether, but they're not. And what they're doing is still like, okay, I can get behind this. So yeah, it's Raw's gonna be a really good.
It's gonna be a time.
Show. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun show. All this from the Motor City in Detroit, Michigan. Ooh. It really is going to be very interesting. And also, they had to pivot a lot because Liv's hurt, Seth is hurt.
I know,
but they had to pivot. They had to pivot a lot of things. But very curious on what it's gonna happen. Also, the tag team titles, which I'm very happy, even though I'm always iffy with Raw's tag team division. I think it's nice to see Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro finally get an opportunity with some gold. It makes me happy to see them do that. Also, Jay and Bronson Reed, I'm sure that's going to pretty much end in chaos. And also,
that's the one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. And also seeing the interaction between Gunther and CM Punk before their big match this weekend.
Yeah. Did you think that Braun was gonna win? Because that match where Braun went through like the gauntlet and then came to CM Punk, I really thought it was gonna be Braun.
I really thought it was Bronson Reed. Braun Breaker. I thought Braun Breaker was gonna win, but CM Punk came out and he took the pin. I was like, oh.
Which I think is deserving. Like I think I had said too in I don't know, I can't remember what show. And what up, Jonathan? Because I haven't seen you here before, so welcome to WWT. It's kind of one of those things where I felt CM Punk was deserving. Like, you have to give him something, because I said, hey, he ain't young, but he's not old, but he's not young. And it feels like he's been grinding for a while, and, you know, he's kind of getting. And I believe in WWE storylines. I'm no longer questioning them, but I'm just like, well, when is this trigger going to happen? So it was a nice swerve because the way it played out. So I'm curious. And with that, and we'll get into predictions and everything later on in the week. But who do you think is going to come on top with this between CM Punk and Gunther?
I feel like CM Punk needs this one more than Gunther. That's what I think, because Father Time is almost up for CM Punk, because
not Father Time.
He only has I don't want to say a few months, but he has up until next year, and Gunther will be okay. It's just for this one, because I know CM Punk is still, I don't want to say salty, but sad from his loss against John at Night of Champions. I do think it is almost time to see. I wouldn't mind seeing him put gold around his waist.
That part.
Speaking of gold around their waist, Tiffany Stratton, she has surpassed 200 days as the women's champion. Well deserved. I think I remember her doing an interview where she was like I'm ready. This is when, like, before, I think right before she got called up to the main roster, and she's like showed it. So what do you think is going to happen past these 200 days with Tiffany?
Gosh, I hope she keeps it for a little longer. Honestly, I like Tiffy. I like watching Tiffy time.
Mhm.
So I'm not ready for her to lose it yet, to be honest. That just might be me.
Well, congratulations to her. I know our councilman ain't here because of his client, Tiffany Stratton, but I'm pretty sure he would probably be very, very happy that she surpassed 200 days. She does have a big, big challenge against Jade, which is going to be very interesting. And also, I would not be shocked because after what happened last week where Jade Cargill got ambushed, I think it was by the Secret Hervis. She got ambushed. I would not be shocked if they were teaming together this week, right before SummerSlam. But it's going to be hard because it's like, I don't want Tiffany to lose, but I wouldn't have a problem with Jade being champion.
True.
I mean, I definitely do want Jade to be. I definitely do want Jade to be champion. And if this was like a couple of months ago, I would have said, like, yes, put it on her. But there's something about Tiffany that, like, she, you know what she reminds me of? Britt Baker at AEW when she had her role. You know, when she had her streak, like, you know, she had like that mean girl type situation, but she was able to back it up.
Oh,
that's kind of like where I see Tiffany, like, just more of like she talks her ish, she backs it up, and she looks good doing it. Like, because it's one thing, it's one thing if you talk ish and then you keep on losing, or if you talk your ish and you don't look good doing it. But she's like, nah, I'm great, and I'm champion, and you know who's gonna check me, boo? Like,
she goes Sheree.
Yes, she goes. And so just like she's good.
And I don't know
Maria
why,
saying
but
Jade
like,
is winning.
I don't even know why, but when I look at some of the closed Tiffy wars, it's giving me flashbacks to like late 90s, early 2000s pop UK, Y2K. It's like some of the clothes. It's like the hair last week. I said, you remind me a little bit of Christina Aguilera with that hair.
Oh, with the
you're bringing back nostalgia.
Well, congratulations to her, and we'll see how SummerSlam how she does in SummerSlam. But we also have WWE. So WWE Star Crashes AAA show with enters Mega Championship match. I mean, I really like how I like how the crossover with AAA and TNA is going, but sometimes I'm just kind of like, this is a monopoly waiting to happen, which it's kind of like I'm thinking way too far ahead. This is not going to happen anytime soon, but with every empire, they always fall. So I'm really hoping that, you know, we're going to get some good showings before that happens, which is going to be a long time from now. I'm just, you know, I'm always.
And also, if you watch Socials over the weekend, it was this guy that made an appearance over the weekend, Dirty Dom, because he attacked Vikingo, and he wants that man's belt. Like, it was flooding with socials happening everywhere. And if you heard the crowd reaction,
the pop was insane.
Everybody was rooting for Dom because I'm gonna say this: I think he's gonna lose that belt to AJ Styles this weekend.
Really? But then what happens to Judgment Day having all the gold?
Well, all the gold, but there could be some tension. There could be a lot of tension. And also with the fact, too, Finn has a master plan. Finn, it's like he can't get past an Irish person that can be devious. Because he has something up his sleeve. And especially that could be a little bit of a friction.
Yeah, well, I feel like if Dom drops it, and this is, you know, part of the storyline, if Dom drops it and then he's the only one who doesn't have gold, then that's the upper hand for Finn, because it's not like, well, you can't say nothing. I'm like, you know, we all champions over here, but you don't.
You can't hate from outside of the club.
Right. So so, but which makes even more dynamic for the storyline. So because with this episode of AAA, it was Lola on? Because I know she's been making some appearances as well.
She was supposed to be on it along with Natty.
I know she was on this one. She was on the
No.
other one with Mr. Iguana. Was the last time I saw her with.
We'll see what happens. I need to.
But I ate this up. I was like,
I
Dom
need to-
crashing this.
need to add this to my watching roster, which is getting to be very full. But you know,
And
minor
I
problems.
thoroughly enjoyed El Kaiser Americano. I was not all for whatever his name was before. I think me and Will went back and forth on it. I was like, it's not for it, but Kaiser Americano.
Kaiser American.
Yeah, I know.
Here for
Me
it.
and Honey were looking at
His Spanish better than mine. I was like, wait a minute.
because
It's like
the first
what he used.
because before this, the first person that did El Grande, he didn't even speak. He did not speak no Spanish.
Yeah. And I was like,
Now-
and he was just, and Kaiser Americano is at least a little more tan.
Oh my
So
God.
he's speaking some Spanish, Lupe Kaiser.
He's singing. He was singing. He was doing all the things. I was like, I had my hand over my heart. It was very patriotic. I liked it.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. So I'm just like watching the clip now.
El Venti Americano, period. The other one was like what do we call him? I called him a vanilla bean frappe. He was just not a tall one. He was a tall vanilla bean frappe. This one, Kaiser Americano, he's a venti for sure.
What are you talking about, Bosa? Are we sure that's who it is?
it has to be.
I mean,
I'm
he
good.
is who he is. Let's get into the lineup for SummerSlam happening this weekend, which is two nights of SummerSlam.
They're
So-
really doing the 2-night thing.
They're really doing the 2-night thing, and I saw something very interesting. I have to research a little bit more before I say it on the show, but you know, as to why they're having 2 nights, but we'll get into it. So August 2nd, we have Raquel and Roxanne against Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Then we have Gunther versus CM Punk, Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson Breaker and Braun Bronze.
Braun Bronze.
Say
Braun
it correctly
Breaker and
versus the
Bronson
Braun
Reigns.
Bronze.
versus the Braun Bronze, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill, Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. So that's night 1. Then night 2 on Sunday, we have Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, Solo versus Jacob, Becky versus Lyra, Naomi, Io, and Rhea, triple threat. So that's going to be a night of champions on the 3rd.
Woo.
So is there a match that you're most, 2 questions. Is there a match that you really want to see? And 2, which night? If you can only watch one night,
Ooh.
which night would it be?
I would watch night 2. If I can only watch one night.
Courtney?
I would go with night 2, and it's actually after what happened on SmackDown, and there's one match that was added.
Mm-hmm.
TLC match at SummerSlam, and it's
Oh,
crazy. It's happening on the 25th anniversary of the first TLC match. So
Music to my
So-
ears.
that
So much
alone,
happening.
I'm picking Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday is gonna be. Both nights are gonna be really great, but can you?
I know.
If it was one night, like say, because last year was one night. If it were one night and it was 6 matches, maybe 7 if we're pushing it, which matches would it be out of this
Ooh.
2-night lineup? Like which matches could we be like, okay, this could go on Raw or SmackDown?
Ooh.
I would say Sammy and Karrion Kross. That could
Yeah,
have
that
been
can
Raw.
go on.
Raw.
That can go on. Yeah.
I
Shout out
see
to them.
Sammy.
Don't tell
Yeah.
Honey it, because I know Honey how Honey feels about Karrion Kross.
I know she loves
Don't
Karrion
tell
Kross,
Honey.
but
Honey, if you can hear our voice, that was Courtney that said that.
I
and
feel
it's nothing
like
against Karrion Kross. It's just like
uh-huh.
we've seen it on Raw.
Yeah, I mean, and Bosa
Yeah,
said
yeah.
it, so that means it has to be right.
And
I feel
probably
like Orton and Jelly Roll, but I feel like because it's Jelly Roll, you're gonna bring in a different audience, so you almost have to
yeah,
have it.
that's another thing too. They want to bring celebrities in for SummerSlam, so you can't do that. I would probably take away Solo and Jacob only because
No.
well, I don't know. No, not that match.
Anything with Jacob Fatu is top tier.
Well, actually, keep that match because it's a steel cage, so they can keep
Right.
that match. It's a steel cage.
Fatu,
It was
I
like
got to see Fatu. I should have worn my Jacob Fatu shirt.
Yeah, it's a hard one. I'm like looking at it.
It's
I'm
very
like,
hard.
Oh,
I'm kidding, Jeffrey. I just realized that they had a steel cage match. If it was
Becky and Lyra.
I don't care if they have a arm
Becky
wrestling
and Lyra might be. Let's see. It's Tiffany. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know, because Becky's been cooking though.
That Lyra has been doing good on the mic the last.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
Yeah.
I can't take any of the ladies off.
I don't know. Maybe Roxanne and Raquel and Lexa and Charlotte. Maybe. But I feel like there might be a title change.
Yeah. And plus, I think for this one, it's kind of both Raw and, well, they've been doing interpromotional, but I think for this one, they'd rather have it at a PLE than a Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Maybe, wait, what about Dominic and AJ?
The People's Mysterio?
The People's Mysterio. Because that storyline has been going on for a while, and you know, Dominic has been, you know, doing the doctor's note and everything like that. But I feel like he might drop.
I feel like he would get a pop regardless of whether he's on a PLE
right,
or on a Raw or a SmackDown or at the Cricket Wireless down the street.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he's just
I feel like either way, whether he drops or not, it doesn't necessarily have to be like you were saying. It have to be So I think so. Sammy, Dominic, MDB saying no. I mean, I don't know. Oh, this is just obviously they're having 2 nights, so it doesn't really matter. But it's such an interesting thing because, you know, they did have 1 night.
Yeah,
it's always been 1 night,
right? So it's just kind of like, what if they were relegated to 1 night? Which matches would they be? Anyways, put it in the chat, y'all. But
put it in the chat.
We'll see what happens with that.
I feel like Bron's gotta be on PLE.
Well, I feel like it's not necessarily Braun, it's more Roman Reigns. Like I feel like Roman Reigns, it's very selective on how like his things have to be leading up to a PLE. Like I don't know if it's in his contract or if it's just a
it gotta be.
But it's just like he's like I ain't. Remember,
he's not doing nothing mediocre. Yeah, he's like I'm only showing up.
Yeah, like I only wake up for $10,000 or something to
he's
start.
Mariah Carey.
Like it's one of those like you can't just you can't just bring him out just because. So yeah. So we'll see. Now whether we're having a watch along to be determined, because that is my birthday weekend. And I'm going out of town, so I apologize.
Where are you going now, TK?
So much judgment.
No, I live through you. I just go around my block.
It's my birth season, so fortunately, people have been surprising me with different things. I was telling that to my coach. She's like, "You're going to get." I was like, "Look, I've been talking about my birth season for so long that people now have embraced it, and now they surprise me." And, yeah, well, no, I do have a birth year, but like I have a 6 week. Yeah, and people just they embrace it and they're like, "Yo, pull up." I'm like, "All right, I like free stuff." So
I mean, hey, you can't run with that, especially if it's your birthday. But I think me and Honey will be doing some festivities during SummerSlam weekend.
Yeah,
so
there's gonna be some lives and stuff. Yeah, definitely follow us for that. So WWE cancels WWE late night SummerSlam weekend events. So as PR, what do you think is behind this, Courtney, or the reason behind this?
Well, apparently, when you're looking at this, because they said because of ticket sales,
Uh-huh.
and also with the fact with promotionals between Night of Champions, which that seems odd because I remember they were airing it like crazy during SmackDown, Raw, on their socials and everything else,
Mm-hmm.
but they canceled it because of tickets, which that's very shockingly because they only had Cody Rhodes. But yeah, this event sold less than 900 tickets as of July 6th.
Less than
Hmm.
900. Goddamn.
And they only had Cody as a talent. And
Maybe that's why
I'm taking
what it was.
I'm taking a grain of salt on this. I mean, maybe because after the backlash that they had from Vegas, and apparently there was a lot of footage that was put out on socials, maybe, but I think that's something they kind of need to learn. And also maybe seeing if you could get another comedian. Maybe
Yeah, because
Gabriel Iglesias.
yeah, he's very controversial.
Yes. That's why I said get Fluffy. Get Fluffy on the next one. At least
Fluffy.
Gabriel. At least Fluffy understands.
Yeah, but here's the thing: to be a roast comedian, it's a skill. So maybe Fluffy,
Yeah.
maybe he's not like, maybe he can do it, but not at the level of like. There are just some comedians, they do it so well, but it's not like you laugh along with it versus them like actually insulting you. It's a very fine line, and I feel like I don't know. Again, it's kind of like hosting, right? Not everybody can host everything. So
yeah, and also with the fact too, and also I did want to throw out with the fact too, because I would not be shocked if they made a Hogan. Like if they did do one, I would not be shocked if they made a Hogan joke.
Oh, for sure. Oh, absolutely.
Well, it depends on the comedian though, because again, you know, people. Who was I watching the other night? I think it's Nick. Is it Nick Brennan? Or is there some comedian? He was. Oh gosh, I don't even know if I can say this. He was making a joke as far as I can't even say it, but it was two very polarizing things, and he actually made it into a joke, and it was very funny. But I feel like a lot of comedians, like there's different lanes for each. If you watch enough stand-up, there's different lanes for different comedians. Like, you know, Bill Maher can do political comedy, and like you're actually getting an education as, you know, as you're watching him, as you're laughing. Some comedians have one-liners. Some, you know, comedians are more storytellers. Like there's different kind of genres within comedy, and roasting is the same thing. So I don't know if Fluffy will be, you know, he'd be the best option to do almost like a wrestling comedy, but who would be the best option to do roasting, like, you know, roasting wrestlers. And then also you have to know, like, you actually have to watch wrestling to know what these, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all these little things, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you have, for instance, Titus O'Neil, and you make fun of the fact that he like slid under the ring, like you would have to have watched enough wrestling to actually kind of fold all that in.
Right.
So yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, I don't think, no offense to Tony, and you know, some of his stuff is funny, but he is very controversial. But you know, they have to get somebody else, because I think that's what we had a.
Oh yeah.
What
happened if we had a WWT roast?
A WWT roast?
Oh my god, that.
I have a feeling we only
roast Cedric.
I mean, I think we do that on a regular basis.
That's true.
I think we do it on a weekly basis. It's pretty funny. And
plus, I feel like I've already been part of a low-key roast anyway. Like everybody makes, you know, you just, I mean, if you all watch the show enough, everybody has their little things, but you know, I think we've done that already. I don't think we need
weekly. We roast each other weekly.
A weekly roast. Ooh, Amy Schumer would be a good one, but does she watch wrestling?
Yeah, that's the question. Are they a die-hard wrestler?
I don't know. She'd be a good roaster. She'd be a good comedian. I don't know. She'd be a good roaster.
They need like, but also if it was a roaster, we don't want them to like be super mean,
right?
Like that's.
There's this one guy. I don't know if he's a wrestling fan. He like pulls people up from the audience, and he like partners them up in like possible relationships. Like I forgot what his name is, but he might be like a good one. Like you need somebody who actually is really good at like I said, it's like a fine balance of like, you can be mean, but it also has to be funny, because also they're wrestlers, but don't forget that they can actually beat people up. So you don't want to be caught
Amy
outside.
Schumer does watch wrestling.
Does she?
Didn't she date Dolph Ziggler?
Who?
That doesn't mean she
Amy
watched
Schumer.
wrestling, though. That means
Oh,
like
I
she could
don't
support
know.
wrestling. That means
She
she doesn't
supports wrestling.
Yeah, supporting and watching is two different things.
It's true. I'm like, oh.
Maybe we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Put it in the chat. Think of who else could be a possible good roaster. That's also a wrestling fan.
Yeah,
that's the little.
Yeah, because you always have comedians, but when wrestling starts to get hot and enters mainstream, you always have ones that always know at least one or two.
Right. But we'll see what happens if they revisit something like that for Mania or not SummerSlam or Survivor Series or any of the other PLEs. Probably Mania would be, or Royal Rumble. With that, Thunder Rosa, she said she's taking some time off from AEW. I feel like AEW, and you can speak more to this, Courtney, is especially where the women are concerned. It's the interesting position they're in right now. You want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, just kind of getting into details with Thunder Rosa. So this was at the conclusion of her vlog covering the recent All In Texas that happened earlier this month. She recapped her busy schedule and confirmed that she is now set for a hiatus with the company. She did quote it, "The weekend was long. Today was All In. I didn't get the results that I wanted, and I got some time off to be continued." And then further adding, "Now I deserve a well-earned resting time." Yeah, resting time off, who knows? So she is the latest person in their women's division to be sidelined, because as we know, Mina Shirokana broke her hand when she won the newly interim Ring of Honor Women's TV Championship. We know Jamie Hayter has been out since Double or Nothing, so it is a little bit of a cause of concern, because I did watch Collision and I did watch Dynamite. As much as I love seeing my client Toni Storm really being there every week, I do want to see a lot of the ladies, and I think I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, where they kind of need to rethink what they want in their women's division. And Boza, you mentioned too, Red Velvet, she's injured as well, because we found out right before Ring of Honor.
Yeah, she's injured.
She was injured.
Yeah, we found out right before it. But I think this is something Tony needs to think about, and I think this is where you're gonna have to lean on to some of your other ladies that you have and really start to cook. You have Julia Hart, you have Sky Blue, you have Tekla. I mean, Queen Aminata is getting so much TV time, which I'm not complaining. I love to see her be on TV. Also, Anna Jay and Tay, since she's been back after having the baby. I know, and also Harley Cameron's been injured as well. She's still injured on the shelf. So I think this is where he's going to lean into some of the women to really step up to the plate and develop character in their development. And also we do see Athena. Athena's now appearing on AEW television, hopefully on a regular basis, but she is starting to appear on TV along with Billy Starks. So that is something to consider as well. But I really want to see a lot of them. I just want to see their women's division be great, because they have so much talent on that roster. It's just the character, the storylines, because I love my client Toni Storm, but there's a lot of ladies out there, and also so many good storylines that they could do in the coming months, especially since they're going to be back at Wembley next year.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, we also have this lady who's currently traveling the world, Mercedes Moné. She wins two more championships and now holds 8. She's currently
this lady is crazy.
she's currently touring the world. She's in Poland. She wins 2 more championships. She now holds 8 titles.
I mean, hey, look. Since with the fact my client gave her first loss, she's bouncing back. So yay, she has to add another title. But I'm just waiting for her to be unhinged because sooner or later she's gonna have to crack. Because I know she's probably pissed off with her first loss since she's been at AEW.
Can you imagine just on a personal level as far as traveling the airport? Like,
Jesus.
like what where does she have like a specialized like bag or a suitcase that just just carries
She has like a
her titles?
trolley.
She has
Right.
a trolley.
And you can't check it because if you lose it, that's a whole nother situation. So you actually have to like carry it with you. And like, how do you explain that it's always going off in the metal detector? Like, it's a whole situation. Like, I want to see a vlog. Like, I want to see like just a video of what she, and I'm sure there might be, of like that like she's packed everything else, and now where do these titles go, and how she goes through the airport, because they can't be light. Like, but congratulations. How many titles do we think she's gonna have by the time it's all said and done?
I mean, that's right. She can win like every belt she wants, except the one belt that she couldn't beat.
But do you think eventually she is going to?
I mean, eventually. I mean, sooner or later, I think she should. But I mean, I would not be shocked if her and Tony met for round 2. But then also you have to think in Athena too, because she has the contract for a shot for the AEW Women's title. But actually, you know what would really piss her off? If Athena got her shot before she did. That would be really interesting if she did that. And then I think that's when we're going to see her unhinge a bit and the self-doubt starts to creep in a bit and adding that other layer because she wanted to be the one to beat Tony, not Athena.
Right. So she has the AEW TBS Championship, the 2005 AEW Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament Championship, the Rev Pro Undisputed British Women's Championship, the Queen of the South Side Championship, the CMLL Women's Championship, World Women's Championship, the European Wrestling Association Women's Championship, the Primetime Wrestling Women's Championship, and the Bestia Wrestling Women's Championship. Like,
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, if I were doing a numbers, I think a solid number between 10 and 15. Like if you hit 10, like cool. But if you want to go for the number, like I feel like 20 is too much because like where are you putting like she doesn't have enough, she has no more body to put these championships.
True.
If she doesn't, then she needs to drop the TBS title.
Yeah, but then I feel like I honestly feel like the TBS title, if you look at the picture that she has up there, a TBS title is like the glue for everything. Like
that is true.
I feel like she has to, I feel like she can lose everything else, but the TBS championship, like she needs to maintain. And just kind of looking at this picture, she could fit 2 more on her right arm. So I think a solid 10, she could do a solid 10, and then this is where the storyline, this is where the storyline kind of happens where like, who takes them away from her, or you have somebody who is like a belt collector as well. And now they're going back and forth. Like something
she
like
loses
that.
all of them.
And also
all of them. Or it's like Thanos.
Also, I actually had another thought in because I would not be shocked if she tried to break Jade's record for the TBS title.
Oh, how many days did Jade hold it for?
508.
And she's at how many now?
She's almost there, like around 400. She's at the 400 mark.
Well, I think they would definitely have her beat Jade's title, considering that Jade is with WWE now. If I were, the fake TK, I would definitely do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's gonna lose that belt. Now, if she breaks Jade's record after that, then she could drop the belt. But
yeah, no, I think she's definitely breaking Jade's record.
Yeah,
I don't think. I don't think. If I were Tony Khan, I would say, yeah, well, Jade's at WWE now. Like, she's not even in the club no more. So let's, at least move one name up. So, and another 100 days. What is that? Let's put her to the beginning of next year.
Something like that.
Yeah, wait, we're in July.
Yeah. July.
It'd be like November, December. So put her to the end of the year. Yeah. Well, congratulations to her for that for sure, and we'll see. I'm rooting for 10. I think 10 is a solid number.
10's a good number.
Hey, look, she's collecting the belts and plus getting opportunities from other promotions you never even heard of. So it's a win-win.
True that.
Yeah. So Bosa's saying Jade went 508 days as champion. Mercedes is a 428. She would have to go to full gear to beat James. Yeah, and I think that's definitely doable. Athena is close to 1,000. Yeah, and nobody's touching Athena's.
Yeah.
And nobody, like, the legacy that Athena's leaving with ROH. It really just depends on what's going to happen to ROH in the next, year or so. With, like, they're going to really get folded into AEW as another show, and they change it completely, and it's just a catalog, or I don't know. It's ROH is it's a, and we've talked about that extensively. It's just a weird place where it is like it's like you have to pay for it, but it's actually a really great program, and like, so why can't you find a home for it on TV? Like, it's just interesting thing. But the TNA Knockouts division is starting to cook again with this new addition. You want to talk about it, Courtney?
Yeah, if you watched TNA last week, you kind of recognize, formerly known as Shakara Jackson, Mara Sade. She made her debut on TNA as the mystery partner for the Inspiration in their match.
I like her hair. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
But thoughts on this? Are you excited to see her back in TNA? And what do you expect from her? And what other ladies in the Knockouts division would you like for her to face?
It's kind of interesting. Like, how did that deal? Like, because TNA is kind of a part of WWE. So, like, how did that deal go? Like we don't need you here because of storylines.
We can go there.
But yeah, we'll just re-sign you over here. Like, don't be too upset. Because when you get like let go from a job, you kind of pissed. Like, you go through these stages, especially depending on how long you're at the job for. But then, like, they're like, no, don't get too upset. This is what we're gonna, like. Did they let her know, or like, how did that deal happen? Yeah, how did it transpire? You know me, I like the behind the scenes. But I'm happy for her, and and she's changed her whole look too. So
yeah, I almost didn't. I was like, why does she look so familiar? I was like, oh wait.
I wonder how that came about as well. Was that like a personal decision? Like, okay, I want to, like, oftentimes, like, I'm actually considering going ginger for next year. I think oftentimes, like, I just want something different. Yeah, like, I feel like everybody and their mama. No offense, everybody and their mama is doing blonde, and like, maybe I'll just do ginger. But she's been ginger for so long. That's like, okay, was she, something different, or is there somebody behind like the scenes that's like, no, we need to change up your look. Let's try this. Like, I wonder, like, all those little nuances. Yeah, she has been doing some stuff outside WWE, but she was only out of WWE for, where are we? We're in July. So was it like was it like May, or
it was around May, like when they did the whole releases.
Wilson is saying, I would like to see Myra versus JC, but JC still retained. Oh yeah, because JC's the Jeffrey's saying she still has the lollipop. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so congratulations to her. We'll see. I feel like TNA is definitely at one point the Knockouts division was like everything, and I feel like they're getting, like, between it TNA, and they're getting there. TNA gets back to their like glory days as far as the Knockouts division, and then you add that NXT component. Like, the women's wrestling is in a really, really good place.
Yes,
excited to see her. You know what she reminds me of? Completely off topic. She looks like the rapper Bia.
Yeah, I can see that. I really like
right?
Her.
And I love Bia. So
I do too.
I was just like, unrelated note.
I like it. Last story, some ROH news. ROH Women's World Title, Athena versus Alex Windsor at AEW Collision.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, it was. And you know, if you don't watch Collision, because I know people a lot of times get a bad rep, but it was actually a really good match between Athena
When
and
somebody says
Alex.
actually, it's kind of like, what?
Because
Actually look nice today.
I know I was trying to be very nice about it because people don't watch Collision and they skip through it. I had the chance to watch it yesterday. It was a really good match between Athena and Alex Windsor, and I do think this could be really interesting with Athena because I know she's with Toni Storm. She's having a feud with her. But this could be very interesting because I know people would have thought like, oh, Alex could have won it. But I feel like these two are going to meet somewhere down the line and cook. I do think this could be because I know we said this about Thunder Rosa because we thought Thunder Rosa would be the one to do it. But since she's going to take a break, it would be nice for Alex to really take the lead on because she helped out Toni Storm and also had to shift around through things with a lot of ladies in the division. And Bosa said, I would not be shocked if there was a tag team on Dynamite between Alex and Toni against Billy and Athena. And I think it could work because their storylines are technically intertwined. And also with the fact, too, I could see them go round 3 at Death Before Dishonor in Philadelphia.
I was just looking at one thing. Christina?
Don't get mad at me, Courtney. I did not watch Collision.
That's okay. That's okay.
I feel like you're not the only person. It's a Saturday. Like it's very.
It's a Saturday, but it was a good match.
Athena, though. I like Athena though, so she would make me watch it more.
But it was a good.
I mean, I feel like it would be a good match. Do you think that Collision should be moved to during the week?
I think
if there was any
to watch it.
If there was any day they could have moved it, it could be Thursday.
Yeah, like
Thursday works better because then if I use my Saturday to catch up on under the week, I can't watch something new on Saturday.
Right.
And I know on Saturday. And I know they've done Thursdays live a few times because of some of the pay-per-views that they have. I mean, they're doing Collision this week on Thursday instead of Saturday.
Yeah, like why didn't they make that move? Because after they got rid of Rampage, why didn't they put that in the Rampage slot? Or Saturday just seems like it's oftentimes a tough day, and sometimes I remember because I'm always doing something like outside on Saturday. I always tend to remember that's coming on when I'm watching another PLE, because then I see Tony Khan posting about it on the Saturday that I'm watching the PLE. So it's like, especially during the summer, that's a really tough spot to be in.
We're outside on Saturdays.
Yeah, like, and if we're not outside, we're in bed. Like, what it's
we're catching up on TV. We're catching up.
Yeah,
or I'm catching up on what I missed during the week.
Yeah, it's a tough. Yeah, it's a tough sell. I wonder what those numbers look like.
That's the thing is with the numbers.
Yeah, and maybe it's just us. Maybe we're the ones who are just too busy, and everybody else is home watching Collision at that time.
Maybe.
But yeah. So TNA's on Thursday. So we have Dynamite on Wednesday. I mean, even on I know Tuesday would be going up against NXT, but no, a Tuesday, Wednesday. Like, if you even moved, and it's never too late. But even if you moved, like, you had Dynamite on Tuesday and then Collision on Thursday, or even if you put Collision back on Friday, like, how I guess what are the numbers compared to like when they were going head to head? Because Dynamite, there's nothing. WWE doesn't have anything going on Wednesday. So I guess there's that.
Evolve, but that's on TV.
Right. Yeah, that's a tough one. But I would do some tough testers, unless we're the only ones outside. Let us know.
It might just be us.
Yeah, it might just be us that we do inside. And then Ced, Ced's always outside. So Bosa saying I haven't seen Collision's number in a while. I know Dynamite without Max averages 500 to 600, maybe 700, depending on the episode. Oh, hey, cousin Rod. Yeah, I don't know. We don't make decisions. But a decision you guys can a decision you guys can make is on coffee. So you need a coffee that won't power bomb your sleep schedule. Sativia got you. It's a premium it's a premium craft decaf and half calf coffee. Bold flavor, no jitters, made from high altitude aruca beads, naturally decaffeinated with no harsh chemicals. Bourbon pecan decaf, minted mocha. That's all you need. So you can use our exclusive code 25% off. You're going to use the numbers 691793, 691793, and you're going to go to the website. So I'm going to spell it out from you. SAVORISTA.com, SAVORISTA.com, because cutting caffeine shouldn't mean cutting flavors. So that's one of our sponsors. You guys definitely go and check it out. By checking them out, you're also helping us. So do that. Before we get out of here, is there anything that you guys want to talk about or promote?
Stay tuned for me and TK's WoW watch along and post tomorrow.
Y'all definitely keep it locked tomorrow, because we're gonna be doing a gauntlet of shows tomorrow. I was just checking my schedule. We're gonna be doing a gauntlet of shows tomorrow. So we might even finish because we started the McMahon series. I think we have 2 episodes.
We have 2.
we gonna be watching tomorrow. So definitely check all of that out. Courtney?
The people can find me chirping sporadically on WWT whenever I can. Wednesdays, it's Timeless Elite Wednesday, because they are in the final week of their residency in Chicago, and we already have some matches in stores. Who knows what we're going to have based on Tony Khan between now and Wednesday. But feel free to chat with me. They continue the road to Forbidden Door. Also, make sure to follow me on my socials at CourtneyNJ11, because we do have some content happening. I did post my latest post because yesterday was West Side Gun's birthday. So I did post yesterday because he was talking about his co-creating the theme song for the Hurt Syndicate, and it's a possibility he could have performed at All in Texas, which he said yes. And you fast forward to now, and he performed at All in Texas. So make sure to check it out. Please make sure to follow ISPW Wrestling. Yours truly is on part of the commentary team, but they are doing a show tomorrow in Wildwood, New Jersey, and they are going to do a tribute to Hulk Hogan tomorrow, but they also have countless legends that will be there, such as Tito Santana, Jake the Snake Roberts, along with many other people. So make sure to come out to Down by the Shore in Wildwood to catch some good old wrestling on a Tuesday night.
There it is. Christina?
Catch me tomorrow on the WoW Watch Along, and whatever else TK threatens me.
We can be doing stuff there. Just so many shows dropping. We're gonna be doing. I like looking at my schedules. Like, how can I pack? Because I leave on Wednesday. So how do I pack everything so we can watch TV all tomorrow? I need to get my food ready. It's gonna be situation. It's gonna be a good situation.
Get a big ass pizza. Just get a big pizza.
Oh man, I wish.
That's what you eat all day.
So much in Toronto. I need to eat healthy because it's not
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, it's not a good look. Anywho, I digress. But you guys can follow me everywhere at TK Trinidad. If you want to see some of the adventures from the summer, which I still haven't, there's some still stuff I haven't posted yet. You can check all that out. I'm gonna post some stuff from the Beyonce concert, which was amazing.
Oh yes! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god! It was amazing. The production for Beyonce is bar none. And I've been to a lot of concerts. I don't think anybody right now can hold a candle to Beyonce. If you want production. If you want to experience visually, just listening and the feeling, Beyonce is it. I couldn't even dance. It's crazy. To me, people who are, and no offense to those people who are dancing were missing out on everything else. And I think because I'm in the entertainment industry and I've seen the behind the scenes, I was taking in everything from where the cameras are positioned and to the outfit changes, to the interludes, to the stuff that she's putting on the screen, to where Blue Ivy was going, how they interweave her. Like it was just like, the statement she was making, like her whole thing was like an experience. And I'm sure she's gonna have it on Netflix eventually, because there's way too many cameras there. Yeah, there's way too many cameras just for it to just be like, we just collecting this for our home
use.
library. let me watch back in 2005 when I was killing it. Like I feel like it's gonna be dropping on Netflix probably by Christmas or something, because it was so good. It was so good. But yeah, I'll be posting some more stuff from that and some other adventures that will be happening. I think we'll see. Anyways, other than that, you guys can check out Women's Wrestling Talk on all social media platforms at www.talkpod.com. Check out our articles as well. Here we go. No, that's all I wanted. Check out our articles as well. We have a couple of interviews that are going to be dropping. Like I said, check us out tomorrow. We're going to be doing a lot of post shows. What we're going to be doing them on, definitely WoW. We're probably going to do the reality show once it's, I think it should be dropping by midnight. We might do the Hulk Hogan one. We'll see. We have to do LFG. That's happening too. So
we're gonna do LFG.
We're gonna do it. It just depends on when. Yes. It just depends on when.
We're gonna do it.
Keyword when.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever, because for folks who know me, I love my birthday. But I don't think I've ever been excited to like get over the birthday hump so I can get back to work. It's like, okay, I need to let's get this traveling on way so I can get back to work. But anyway, check us out on Tuesday for that. Definitely check us out Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays for WBT Live. Also check us out on all audio platforms. So if you want to listen to us while you driving, we there too. You can check it all out. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao, y'all.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.